3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me if I'm
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer?
Well, that's something that I didn't have to see. Modern American entertainment. It's funny, it's hilarious. What's funnier is that there was an animator which had to spend hours animating that. Now that's actually funny. Probably wondering, how did his life end up like this? Like, he thought he was working on a serious project, a project that was supposed to empower women in the United States. Like, he thought his job was so important, chat. He thought that he was the pivotal cog in the machine that's going to bring women liberation in America by making She-Hulk. And instead, he was animating twerk dancing. Oh, God. Now, there are people who are laughing at this, and then there are left-leaning individuals on Twitter who do not understand why people are outraged about this. Like, well, why are you upset? Why shouldn't she dance? Like, first of all, this is a vulgar dance, okay? Like, if a little girl does this, the mother would be #concerned. You can deny reality. You can pretend that this is not part of the human experience because you live in California now and things are being done differently there. But in the other part of the world, since you want globalism, right? Like in the rest of the world, twerk dancing is considered something that's not very proper. And definitely not something that a lawyer should do, which is a job that carries prestige, right? Because you want to be respected. You want, I'm a lawyer. A lawyer, respect me. I went to university, right? Respect me. Well, if you want to be respected, you have to behave in a manner worthy of respect. And by the way, left-leaning people fully understand this. Like, if it was Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump who started twerking in front of live television, oh my God, you wouldn't hear the end of it because they understand the human experience. They just pretend that they don't. Right? So, with great power comes responsibility. So you're a lawyer. Oh, you went to university. You had the working class pay for your student debt. And now you want them to respect you. Okay, well, behave in a manner that's probably not like this. I like the fact that this lady is like, oh, my previous lawyer wasn't doing this. Well, yeah, because probably he was busy with lawyering. Like, he didn't have time for this shit. By the way, when you're at the university and you study hard, like, take it from me, because I did law school and med school. When you study hard at the university, you don't have time for this nonsense. Okay, this is what the gender studies people do. When you go to law school or university, you can either study hard and be a good doctor or a lawyer, or you can just half-ass it. And if you half-ass it, you're going to probably be a mediocre doctor and a lawyer. And the people who half-ass it, they have the time to do this. The people who actually go there to study and want good grades, they don't even know where the club is at. Because they're studying almost 24/7. But anyway, what's interesting is that the previous She-Hulk, the one from the comic book, should probably be twerking. Because that was part of her personality, her appeal. But this new She-Hulk, if you have been punished and tortured enough to actually have to see the TV show, like, she actually states that women shouldn't be treated like pieces of meat by gross men. And then what does she do? She does this. Yeah, just a little bit hypocritical, you would think. But secondly, like you don't want women to be sexualized, but then you go on and you're sexualizing yourself. And this is the screenwriter that does this, right? Like, let's not forget. Let's not be leftists. She-Hulk is not an actual person. Like, she doesn't exist. It's a screenwriter that writes her behavior. So the same person that wants to educate people that women aren't supposed to be treated like pieces of meat is the same screenwriter that gets She-Hulk to do this very vulgar and highly sexualized dance. A dance that overwhelmingly teenage girls around the world would not do in front of their mothers because they would get into trouble. But with that out of the way, another reason that this is problematic is because in the first episode, she constantly complains that she's not being taken seriously and she's very good at her job. So she doesn't like the fact that people do not treat her with the same respect that her profession demands. Now, we never get to see her do anything that suggests that she's an amazing lawyer or suggests that she's very good at her profession. But when we do get to see what she does is this. I mean, this is not very professional, as I was saying. Like, you notice with a lot of shows coming from America during the last 5 years, there's a lot of tell but very little show. Like, she says that men are treating her poorly. We never get to see that in the entire episode. We are being told that she is a good lawyer. We never get to see that. I mean, with Better Call Saul, you get to see how an amazing lawyer Saul is several times. Like, it's not just people around him saying, oh my God, Jimmy, oh, you're such an amazing lawyer. Oh, how you... No, like, the show actually shows you, right? It's like Star Wars. You're not being told that Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan are really powerful Jedis and they know how to duel like very few other people. No, like, you get to see that. Like, they show you the duel, and it's like, yeah, like, they're really good at dueling. But when it comes to progressive shows, and I notice this happening more often than not, it's like, they will just tell you, like, she is amazing, she is awesome, she is intelligent, she is clever. But you don't get to see scenes where she actually is awesome, amazing, and clever. And when they try to make those scenes, they make the people around her look like absolute morons and idiots. So that by comparison, her acting just like any other normal person, she seems intelligent in that particular scene. And that is very rare, like, if they even bother doing that. My favorite example is with Game of Thrones and Sansa Stark, because it's like so startling. Like, you have Sansa Stark walk past the blacksmith and she's like, don't forget to put fur padding on those breastplates because winter is coming and it's going to get cold. And it's like, okay, first of all, if you do that, like, how are you going to maintain the armor? Because you're supposed to rub it with various oils so it doesn't rust. So if you put fur paddings on it, like, you're going to have a difficult time in maintaining the armor. But secondly, like, the concept that a lady that is a noble knows about blacksmithing better than the actual blacksmith is fucking bewildering. And this is what they constantly want to do, because, like, they want to make the character look as awesome as possible, and as such, they need to carry knowledge even when it's outside their area of expertise. Like, for example, Rey from Star Wars, despite growing on a desert planet, she fucking knows how to swim. Because if she didn't know how to swim, then she wouldn't be the bestest ever. She wouldn't be awesome. Like, right? But like, by doing these things, you're making the characters look unbelievable. Like, they're not human anymore. They don't have any flaws. There's no difficulty. There's no journey, which makes their entire story boring. Because I know they're going to succeed. There's no more tension. They become the One Punch Man. But the One Punch Man is a joke. The One Punch Man is there to make fun of these stories. And this is why people are mocking the twerking scene. Is that the She-Hulk in the comics would have definitely twerked. But in the TV show, it seems that the writers aren't trying to make an entertaining story. What they are trying to do is to send a message. And the message is that women should not be sexualized. And women should be given the respect regarding of their profession. And the problem is that when they actually show how She-Hulk behaves, like, she herself lacks respect for her profession. She herself sexualizes herself. So it becomes very hypocritical and the message gets lost. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.